It was a quiet Friday afternoon in Maple Creek, the kind of town where everyone waved at each other. 12-year-old Lila James stood by the school gate with her backpack swinging on one shoulder, waiting for her usual ride. Her mom, Karen, always picked her up right at 3 p.m. sharp. But today, 3:10 had already come and gone. Lila's phone buzzed. "Mom, can't make it. Emergency at work. Uncle Matt is coming. Stay put." Lila frowned a little. She hadn't seen Uncle Matt in a while. He wasn't really her uncle, just a friend of the family. Still, he used to bring her candy and joke about how he could beat anyone in arm wrestling. A rusty blue truck pulled up. It had dents in the side and a dusty dashboard dog that wobbled. Uncle Matt leaned out the window, flashing his crooked smile. "Hey, kiddo, hop in." Lila slid into the passenger seat, careful to close the creaky door. "You've gotten tall," he said, pulling away from the school. "Mom said it's 'cause I eat broccoli," she joked, forcing a laugh. Matt chuckled, but didn't say much else. The truck turned down Maple Street. Then it kept going. Lila looked out the window. They had passed her house. Uncle Matt, you missed our turn." He didn't answer. Lila's heart thumped. Uncle Matt. Still, no answer. She gripped her backpack tighter. That's when she noticed something strange. The truck didn't have his usual army sticker on the back window, and the seats didn't smell like cigars and mint gum like they used to. Her hands got sweaty. That wasn't Uncle Matt. She tried to stay calm. She looked at the door. No child lock. Good. She looked at the man beside her. He had on a cap, pulled low, but now that she really looked, his voice was deeper, rougher. "You're not Uncle Matt," she whispered. The man finally looked at her. "Too smart for your own good," he muttered. Lila's stomach twisted. She needed a plan, and fast. She kept still, pretending to be scared but not screaming. She remembered something her dad told her once while watching a movie together. If you're ever stuck, look for what's missing. That's usually your way out. She started looking. The dashboard had no GPS, no phone charger, no music, just an empty truck. And then she saw the glove compartment. It was unlocked and slightly open. Inside was a badge, a fake police badge. Lila blinked. Her brain raced. This man wasn't just lying about who he was. He wanted her to think he was safe. But he was the opposite. She reached quietly into her backpack, slipping her hand around the emergency whistle her mom made her carry. She pressed it once. A loud screech filled the air. Startled, the man slammed the brakes. That was all Lila needed. She grabbed the door handle, pushed hard, and tumbled out into a patch of tall grass beside the road. Cars swerved. Horns blared. A woman in a red minivan jumped out. "Are you okay?" "He's not my uncle," Lila shouted, pointing at the truck. But the truck was already speeding off. The woman quickly called 911. Within 5 minutes, sirens echoed in the air. Lila sat in the back of the red minivan, heart pounding but safe. The police showed up fast. And when they heard what happened, everything changed. Lila hadn't just escaped a bad man. She had uncovered something bigger. Back at the police station, Officer Jenna Morales sat with Lila and her mom, Karen. Lila held a warm cup of cocoa with tiny marshmallows floating on top. Her fingers still shook. Officer Morales spoke gently. "Lila, you did something very brave today. Can you tell me one more time what happened?" Lila nodded and told the story again, this time slowly, carefully, from the first text to the fake ride. When she finished, Officer Morales tapped her fingers on the desk. "This is the 3rd time this month a child reported a fake ride in this county," she said quietly. "But you're the first who escaped." Karen gasped. "Are you saying this man is—" "We're not sure yet," the officer cut in, but Lila just gave us the first real clue. The badge. When officers searched the scene, they found the whistle Lila dropped, and the fake badge she'd seen in the truck. Turns out, it wasn't just fake. It was traced back to an old warehouse that had been closed for 5 years, once used by a group pretending to be community helpers. These men posed as cops, firemen, and even school officials. And the man who took Lila? He was one of them. His real name was Donnie Carter, and he had a long record, but somehow had never done real time. Every time they had tried to catch him before, he slipped away. This time was different. With Lila's description, and the woman in the red van confirming everything, a manhunt began. Police found the blue truck abandoned behind a gas station 2 towns over. Fingerprints all over it. Later that night, Donnie was found hiding in a rundown motel. When they knocked down the door, he tried to run, but Officer Morales was there. "Going somewhere, Donnie," she said, cool as ice. He froze. Handcuffs snapped on, and just like that, Lila's story made him fall. The town of Maple Creek hadn't been this shaken in years. People who used to leave their doors unlocked started double-checking at night. Parents hugged their kids tighter. And Lila? She became something of a quiet hero. Reporters tried to talk to her, but she just wanted to go back to her comics and chocolate chip waffles. But when the court day came, Lila stood tall. Donnie sat in an orange jumpsuit, eyes down. The courtroom was silent as the judge read out the charges: kidnapping, impersonating an officer, endangering a child, and more. His lawyer tried to argue he didn't mean to harm her, but the judge wasn't having it. "She's 12, the judge said, staring Donnie straight in the eye. "And she had more sense and courage than you've ever shown." Then came the sentence: 35 years without parole. Justice. Instant. And complete. Outside the courtroom, Lila hugged Officer Morales. "You saved yourself, kid," she said. "You didn't freeze. You figured it out. You saw what was missing." Lila smiled. "That's what my dad told me once." The sun was setting over Maple Creek, soft and golden. Lila climbed into her real mom's car this time, locked the door, and smiled out the window. Because this time, the ride home felt just right.